Hello. Today we're going to start looking at painting doors. We have different types of doors. Now, before we actually start painting them, I want to go through the procedure of painting. We also have end tests in as diplomas, and we're getting a bit of confusion in as end tests. Now, this is a panel door, as you can see in front of you, and this is the bone of contention at the moment. It's got certain parts to it. Now, as a painter and decorator, we'll always start by painting the edge first. We're looking at that, and the question's what people are getting. Now, if it's level 1, it's in what order does this door get painted, and it's numbered 1 to 4. In the level 2s, it comes under styles, crossrails, panels. Mullions and Muntins I'll go into in a little bit, but those 4 are wrote on, and then they ask you to put them in the correct order. Now, the first bit of confusion is the correct way to paint this door, as we're saying, is the edge first. Now, from a joiner's point of view, that wouldn't necessarily be the case to prime it. Now, when you get your question, and I've asked this question and I've said, why is it that they don't include the edge? And they're saying it's because when the joiners hang the door, the edges are taken off. So, we usually come to a door what's pre-hung, and if it's pre-hung, we're painting a pre-hung door. So, for the purpose of the tests and for the level 1 and level 2 students, I'm going to go through the door now. We start off with as panels. On this door, we've got 4 panels. The next thing we've got is the Muntins, which are these sections here, these sections here. Now, this is something else where there's a slight bit of contention. We used to call them mullions. Some people used to call them Muntins. I've seen it on the tests where either or either word is used. So I just want you to get used to both words, because when that test sound comes, it could be either one of those 2 words. And whichever one it is, either or either, you want to know it's that. So they'll say to you, crossrail, style, panel, Muntin or mullion, whichever one of those 2 they're using, they'll put them in 4 different scenarios. You will then have to pick the correct scenario. The correct scenario is a panel first, so you go through your panels. So at level 1, your number 1 would be your panels. Your number 2 then would be your Muntins, or if they're using the word mullions, it's going to be the mullions. So they're going to be your number 2s. Your number 3 would be your crossrails. And your number 4 would be your styles. Your styles are these sections coming down. Now, they can get broke down again. We don't need to at this stage. We will when we go on to level 3. But purely for instance, if it's got a hinge, it's a style with a hinge in, it becomes the hinge style. If it's got a lock, it's the style with the lock in, it becomes the lock style. So that's how you identify the styles. The crossrails, we call them crossrails no matter where they're situated. It can be a top crossrail, a centre crossrail, or a bottom crossrail. It doesn't really matter, the crossrails. So we're going to start panels first, Muntins or mullions second, crossrails third, and styles fourth. We tend to use everything in as workshop for people just to improve skills if we can. But you can see the panel door. You always paint the edge what you see as you open the door. So in this scenario, if we're doing the inside, we'll paint this edge. If we're doing the outside of the door, we should take that edge. So that's the situation here. We'd paint that edge first. But remember, when you come to your test, the edges aren't in the test, so it's straightforward. So, yet again, on your door, panels, number 1. This has got 6 panels. It doesn't matter how many panels, there's still going to be a number 1, and there's still going to be a panel. So that's your number 1. Your Muntins, or your mullions, as we've covered, are your number 2s. Your crossrails, your number 3s. Your styles are your number 4. If it's got a hinge in it, it's a hinge style. If it's got a lock in it, it's a lock style.